教えてやろうぜサスケ。
Every anime fight is good in its own way, but that clear and crisp jaw-dropping animation is just icing on the cake. So in this list, we're not going to speak about regular anime fights, but the fights that made your eyes water because of their art and animation. Without further delay, let's get started. At number 10, we're going to look at Endeavor vs. Nomu. Endeavor didn't have many moments to shine in the previous seasons of My Hero Academia, so his battle with Nomu was a turning point for his character. Not only did things look tragic for him at first, but he also saw his own past through his opponent. Even with Hawk's and Endeavor's power combined, the Nomu still provided a challenge enough to break the toughest hero. But that last move was both pivotal and mind-blowing. From the propelling attack to the sky, to the scream of Plus Ultra, to the very final show of victory with his raised hand, I'd like to stay. Endeavor stole the spotlight of the entire show within one episode. And let's not forget how this epic scene was complemented by its incredible visuals and superb animation. Number 9, Jin Mori vs. Jaegel Taek. You might not see God of High School in many top 10 anime lists, but you can always find at least one of the anime fights in a top 10 fights list. And the final battle of the season mixed all its good points together and gave us a superb showcasing of art and animation. In the finale of God of High School, Jin faces off against the powerful Jaegel Taek in a battle that shatters an entire arena. Jaegel was like the final boss of the entire season with his immense power, durability, and of course fighting skill. But the Monkey King brought the god to his knees and once again showed him the power of being the main character. At number 8, we've got Zoro vs. Kamazou. Zoro never fails to deliver a spectacle when the spotlight shines on him. It is more accurate to say that you can expect some great animation to follow whenever Zoro pulls out his sword. On the snow-struck battlefield, he stands on a duel with the famous Kamazou, and when the two clash swords, both seem to be standing on equal ground. Zoro has the skill of fast attacks, but Kamazou has the edge when it comes to weapons. This is exactly what Zoro uses to his advantage. He needs to utter only one word, Santoryu, and he finishes off Kamazou with one classical dashing sword strike. The animation from the beginning to the end of the fight was eye-gripping, and the visual style of the fight scene complemented how powerful each of Zoro's attacks was. Number 7, Berserker vs. Gilgamesh. When Ufotable produces an anime, you know they're giving it their best. Each of their anime fights can bring tears to your eyes simply because they combine CGI and visual elements in such an exciting way. This fight happens when Gilgamesh decides to attack the Ainsburn mansion. One thing the King of Heroes forgot was how it had the world's most potent bodyguard. Berserker's 9 lives comes into play as he continues to defend Ilya with all his strength. Of course, he would be no match to Gilgamesh, not that I'm praising him, but we need to accept the facts. What matters here is Berserker's resolve to protect Ilya even if it cost him his life. And the battle between him and the King of Heroes gave us one of the best fights in the Fate series. Number 6, Levi vs. Beast Titan. If you need the summary of this fight in one sentence, it's all about how one man appears from the smoke, then proceeds to brutally cut down a giant monkey while looking cool. This seemed like an act of perfect and well-planned revenge for Erwin's death, and on the other hand, the Beast Titan finally learned his lesson not to undermine humans. Once again, Levi showed how skilled he is with the gear, and once he's in action, there's nothing that could stop him. Wit Studio once again showed how they excelled in animating fight scenes, and let's hope Studio Mappa won't disappoint us with the second round of this fight. Number 5, Shinra vs. I know fights with your little brother weren't this epic, but when you're in anime and both have the power to burn things and stop time, you can surely expect something visually appealing. When Shinra and his brother go on to fight, it isn't the type of fight that stops after their mother scolds them. It's the type of fight that burns things, stops time, and mixes each kick and punch with beautiful choreography to make any shonen fan shed tears. Sho might have the advantage of the Adola burst, but let's not forget Shinra put up his own decent fight and showed that the big brother is always the one to kick some sense into his younger siblings. Number 4, Outa vs. Masked Outcasts. You know a fight will break the internet when it's choreographed by the same man who choreographed Naruto and Sasuke's fight with Momoshiki. You got fluid and smooth animation to complement the choreography and camera movement that doesn't hinder the character's movements. But the main shining point here is the combat. It is so incredible how Cho uses the 3 opponents' attacks for his advantage and calmly disperses them one by one. Even though this may seem like fast-paced combat, you can see how each move is well thought out. Sadly, this is such an underrated anime, even though this can clearly surpass many modern shonen anime in terms of fight scenes. Number 3, Tanjiro vs. Rui. Once again, we have a fight done by Studio Ufotable. And remember what I said about Ufotable? Yep, and they don't hesitate to prove it repeatedly in each of the fight scenes they animate. When Rui brought the 2 siblings to their knees, they resorted to their memories, which showed them their power. With the power of Nezuko, Tanjiro awakened his power, racing after the demon and slashing his head. It showed the inseparable relationship between Tanjiro and Nezuko, and the hidden potential of Tanjiro. This episode is considered as the episode that broke the internet, and the credits for doing that should clearly go to Ufotable. Number 2, Naruto and Sasuke vs. Momoshiki. You know you can expect an epic fight when the 2 most powerful characters of the series combine their powers to take down the bigger villain. But the fight between Naruto, Sasuke, and Momoshiki simply doesn't revolve around that concept. What's great about this is how it combines the old fight choreography of Naruto with modern animation to deliver one of the decade's best fight scenes. Those who thought the final fight between Naruto and Sasuke or the fight between Kakashi and Obito were the best were genuinely surprised at how much this fight surpassed all previous Naruto fights in terms of choreography and animation. This was the first time Naruto and Sasuke worked together to defeat someone after that whole Kaguya arc, so it surely deserved the great animation it had. Finally, at number 1, we have Team Gurran vs. Anti-Spiral. When you hear Gurran Lagann, you remember 3 words: never giving up. The phrase was almost uttered in each of Gurran Lagann's episodes, but the scene that showcased the final culmination of all those hyped up moments was the last fight against Anti-Spiral. You may call it a little unrealistic or something with absurd physics, but the purpose of this battle was to showcase how much Simone and his team had come from their starting point, and all of this was complemented by the fluid, beautiful, and almost bizarre animation. Team Gurran were no longer humans living underground. They were legends aiming for the stars. So there goes 10 of the best visually satisfying anime you must see. If we missed anything, don't hesitate to drop it in the comments below. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can be updated as soon as we release a new video. Stay safe, anime fans, and I'll see you in the next video.